episode of the Captain's Log live right now, except I spelled it with the P and the T switched, so it ended up saying cat pains. The Cat Pains Log. And that was the typo that I just made. So welcome to the Cat Pains Log.
I'm worried about those cats, unless it's a cat causing pain to a log, like scratching at it.
Maybe. I don't know.
These logs feel. In the next Pixar film, do logs feel?
Logs feel? Yeah. That is something they would do. Like some like tree people, like stick thing. Like what happens when a tree falls and no one's around to hear it type of thing.
Yeah. It's a very tired joke. Pixar's going to make a movie about a sentient anything, but...
What if this could feel?
You know, there's nothing else to fill in that blank with. It's got to be them.
Hey, Sam is in the chat. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah, and Sam says that she has 2,000 Whatnauts points. Good channel points for watching our content. When you watch things...
this is a Twitch thing.
Yeah, when you watch Twitch
I thought you were just
channels,
making it up.
Points for that. And I there's like some rewards you can get. I haven't really looked into all of that much. But I think you can like... you can spend points on having your message highlighted in chat.
Okay.
Or like unlocking certain emotes and stuff like that. So... Good fun stuff. There you go. There you go, indeed. Melissa, how are you? What are you up to? It's the weekend. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I feel like my hair doesn't look very good, and I put on this lipstick, and then I went into a separate room, and I'm like, it looks bad in this lighting. It looked fine in the bathroom.
It looks fine. I think it looks good. That's just me.
Oh, I have very high standards. I get big finger quotes dressed up, you know, the 2 times a week.
Sure, yeah.
I come over here and record. You know, I want to look magazine cover ready, and instead I'm like, you know, the little contributor photo that's
side,
like 1 centimeter high, hidden in like the masthead somewhere. Not only that good.
I don't know. Man, I my week has been interesting. It's felt busy. I felt like I was forgetting something the entire week.
Oh no. Did you leave Kevin at home?
Who's Kevin? That's who I forgot. I forgot who Kevin was. No, yeah, like I just felt like I was forgetting something. That wasn't the case. Like I did all the things that I needed to do, but I was just like, it was one of those weeks where it's like there's something else. Wonder what that is. But we will never find out. I do all that stuff. So
never find out so far.
Yeah. So far, right? It would be like next week. I'll wake up at like 2 a.m. and be like, that was it. That was the thing.
That's why my house has been slowly burning down. It was the stove.
Right? I've left the oven on this whole time. Melissa, we finally have a title for Spider-Man 3, Homecoming 3.
This is the highlight of the whole week. I wanted to tell my parents, but I didn't know how to communicate this news to them, and I knew they wouldn't care. But they asked me how I am, and I'm like, I'm no way home.
There's no way home.
That's how
Mom.
I am.
Well, you can just drive down the. You have a car, right? Like you can. Like, no, Mom, you don't understand. There's no way home. It's no way home. It's been good. Yeah, I'm excited for all of that. What do you think of the new Spider-Man 3 title? Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm excited. I'm surprised that they have a title that I haven't heard anybody theorize. So good for them. Yeah.
That was one that I don't think I heard. It sounds familiar, but it's one.
It makes sense. That's a phrase you've heard.
But my bet was that it was going to be Home Invasion, because we got all these like casting announcements and rumors of all these different actors from previous Spider-Man films and stuff that were coming in to this movie. And so I was thinking like, oh, they're invading the MCU. They're invading his home. It's going to be Home Invasion.
Yeah.
Which that would have worked out wonderfully. But I think it's switched now. I think he's going to be trapped in another dimension, or like dimension hopping, or trying to get home.
Or they're trapped here. You know, anybody could be trapped anywhere. There's just Alfred Molina wandering around, you know, Earth 199999.
Yeah, but
for the rest of time.
I feel like the title refers to him, like refers to Spider-Man Peter Parker and what he's going through, not what Alfred Molina is going through. I would love that, though. Just a whole movie about Dr. Octopus in the wrong universe. That would be great.
It started Peter-centric, but it just slowly shifted. The entire epilogue is him.
Yeah.
The credits, it's just his face.
It will be good indeed. There's also been a lot of news in like the video game world the past like week or so. Like there's been a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, it felt like this week has been very busy indeed. But
oh man, all I did was I made a cake and a Spider-Man. So that's it.
You made a Spider-Man.
No, I made a cake, and Spider-Man was also around in my heart and mind.
Okay, I gotcha. You were just like, I made a cake, and there's this whole thing about Spider-Man. I thought like, I made a cake and Spider-Man. Like, wow, Melissa, I didn't know you could do that.
I just made him.
Yeah. Just willed him into existence.
Him
like, where's he hiding?
Yeah,
I don't see him on camera there, you know?
He's in bed. He's curled up into the corner. He's very sleepy. He's a tired boy.
He is. He is a very sleepy boy, indeed. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Captain's Log number 132. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined, as always, by Melissa Wilkinson, who has made Spider-Man.
Yep. I'd like to make him a cake. You know, I'd like to make any of them a cake.
Thanks for doing you. What would your cake to Spider-Man say? Like, thanks for what? Or congratulations on this?
Man, I feel like Andrew Garfield needs a sorry about Gwen cake a lot.
I feel like if you gave him that, he would just immediately start crying. Just like immediately,
I think he just
like
brewed
the Tobey Maguire, like he would turn into Tobey Maguire in that one scene where he's just like, Uncle Ben, right? Like that's what. Would
do you give Toby a sorry about Uncle Ben cake? You know, give Tom a sorry about Tony cake. I've never made a sympathy cake before. I've only made them for birthday. They all celebrate birthdays too.
The funny thing is, you could give him a sorry about Tony cake at any point when he met him.
Yeah, apologies for Tony.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
A couple years ago, me and some friends were doing a Lost rewatch. Mm-hmm. Like every week we'd go to my friend's basement theater and we'd watch like 2 or 3 episodes of Lost. And I think it was the night of the series finale. I went to the grocery store. I could have made a cake from scratch, but I specifically wanted the look of a grocery store cake with like the flowers around the border. I wanted like the sheet cake. I wanted that specifically. I went to Schnucks. Like, I'd like a cake, please. I'd like you to ice a message on it. And they're like, sure, what do you want on the cake? And I said, please write they took my son.
Yep. Okay. That's good.
It was, or it might have been the season 1 finale or the season 2 premiere. I don't know. But at some point, like once we got to that moment in Lost, I'm like, I need to bring in a cake that says they took my son. And then there weren't that many people at this Lost rewatch party. So most of the cake was still there. And like they ate from the borders in. So the message is completely intact. And then they took the rest of that cake into my office.
Amazing. That's what makes that entire story. I'm just like, then I took the rest of it into my office and they had no idea what it meant. They took my son.
Right. I think I was I was still pretty new to that department. I had to explain it was not literal. I do not have a son. He has not been taken. It's from a show.
This is not a cry for help.
No, it's just a funny cake that you were seeing the aftermath of. Please enjoy.
So what kind of cake did you make this week?
Oh, I made a blueberry lemon cream cheese frosting cake for my mom's birthday. She's 65, which is a big year because that puts her in a higher vaccine bracket. So
ooh, there you go.
Here's hoping.
Moving up in the world there.
Exactly, right. Like several weeks ago, Missouri announced, hey, we're going to start moving into this next phase, people above 65. And I was so upset for a second because my dad is like 67. They're 66 and my mom was still 64. And I'm like, no, they have to get it together. They're my parents. Yeah. They have to be equal. They have to be the same. And then I realized like, okay, by the time they'll eventually get it, mom will be 65. Her birthday's not that far away. There's still no news of when they'll get it. I wish I had somebody to write a polite letter to. Or do something. I just have to sit around and wait until I guess their doctor mails them. I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, who knows? Go. That's what I need to do. Like bake cake or some brownies or something. I've been craving it.
Baking's good. It's exciting to eat a dessert you made yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't say I'm much of a baker. I haven't done it much, but I've gotten the like store-bought cakes and like cake mixes and stuff like that. That's not all that bad, but nothing fancy. And it's been your standard chocolate. That was it. Not very adventurous on my cake.
There's a whole world out there. Yeah.
There is. We've done the like double layer thing where you ice the top of that bottom one and then put the second one on top and then ice the whole thing. We've done that stuff, but not like a multi-layer. This one looks like this thing. It's an Xbox controller. No, it's a cake. Oh my God. How did they do that?
Yeah, I've never made a shaped cake. I've always made circle, multi-layer circle. Once I did a rectangle, I think. Yeah, I don't. That's so far ahead. I got to master like buttercream flowers before I get to making it shaped like something.
You'll get there,
like Spider-Man.
You'll get there, right?
Yeah.
First cake, next stop, Spider-Man
himself.
Yeah. Good stuff. Melissa, speaking of Marvel and the MCU and all of that stuff, you and I just recorded our reactions to WandaVision 1 through 7. However, number 8 just came out today. I've watched it. It was incredible.
Right. I almost texted you, like, can we also fit in another one? I know we said we were going to do that one at the end of, like, here's our sitcom pastiche block of episodes. Then we're going to do another one at the end. I wanted to fit one in today, but I'm like, no, you have to work late. Like, you need to have time to eat. You can't podcast all night.
I'm kicking myself that we didn't think of it before, to just like, why aren't we doing Reactor Core episodes on all of these? Because we were doing them
because there's so much to talk about,
and we were like, this isn't the place for that. We'll save it for the end.
We didn't know what to expect. We were still feeling it out, and there's been so much in every episode, so many new questions every time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope Falcon and the Winter Soldier seems like less of a mystery at its core. I believe you could categorize WandaVision in the mystery genre.
Sure, yeah.
So hopefully that's just as rich and just as, exciting to talk about week to week, per episode, and not just at the end, like, pretty good action adventure story. Thanks, boys.
Right? Yeah, thanks. Thank you for your service. I'm glad we did record that because, I'm super stoked to talk about it more once the show finishes up. So for those of you guys who don't know, we do multiple podcasts here. I'm not going to do our whole housekeeping thing now, but one of those is the Reactor Core. That is one that we do periodically, and just when like a new movie blockbuster comes out or something like WandaVision comes out that we just want to talk about. But we have 1 through 7 already up there. It's just one big thing. But we will do a part 2 when the show finishes up, and then we are going to do shorter, smaller ones each week for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I imagine we'll do the same thing for Loki this summer.
Yeah,
which is something else that we got this. I forget what they said the date was. I think it was like June 11th.
That comes out June 11th. Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a break between Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki. That'll be good.
Yeah.
June 11th on Disney Plus. There we go. Cool. Did you see so in their tweet and in the trailer when they announced the like announcement video they did of the new Spider-Man movie title, they said only in theaters this winter.
No, what they said was only in movie theaters. A phrase that means basically the same thing, but I've never heard anybody say that. Like they're telling us, no, they're not going to rig up a projector in your local art black box where they do a long day's journey into night. You can't see Spider-Man there.
Weird semantics. But then everyone online was making the joke that the name is Spider-Man. Can't watch it at home and stuff like that. But yeah, it was good. I'm excited for all the Marvel stuff. However, what about Luca, the new Pixar film? Did you get to watch the trailer on that one?
I watched the trailer. I'm already stressed out.
How so?
Pixar, these are their reputations. They're gonna anthropomorphize things you did not believe to be sentient, sure. And it's going to be sad. Like, I'm steeling myself already for what a tense, heart-wrenching time this is going to be.
That's fair. This one I think has the opportunity to be like heartwarming in not a sad way, but like it will still make you cry, but like happy tears, I think. Because I think when they first announced it, like they announced it with next to like no information on like two boys having an adventure. They're pals.
Yeah, that's not uncommon for them,
right? But then that like we immediately speculated of like, what if this is like a gay allegory thing? Like that is the metaphor for this whole thing.
That was your idea, and I said that certainly is a possibility, but all it says is there's an important relationship. I'm like, we don't even know if both of these characters are human. One of them could be a dog or an old man, or his dad from the past traveled to the future. We don't know.
They are indeed not human, according to this trailer. They are something, maybe some kind of mermen.
Yeah, shockingly, they don't just turn into mermen when they are in the water. They turn into mermen when water gets on them. like if they're just gently splashed, if somebody spills a glass of water at the table, you're a merman. On the parts where the water touched you.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems to be some kind of story of them trying to hide who they really are, right? Or at least from the trailer, that seems to be the initial problem of like, we can't let them know that we're actually mermen or whatever we are. We're creatures from the Black Lagoon, like, but I think it has the opportunity to be more of a heartwarming story of them coming to terms with that and coming out, basically, right? And like being accepted and accepting who you are, which might not be a sad story, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll see.
These trailers always showed so little that I never want to speculate on what I think it's going to be. I believe what you're saying is certainly a possibility. That'd be a great story I'd like to see. But, I always place full bets on it will be sad. And, I'll watch it. I've seen all of them,
Excuse me, sir. $20 on sad.
But like Coco, for as good as it is, I'm not going to casually throw on Coco on like a cozy afternoon the way I'm going to throw on like Monsters, Inc.
Sure.
A movie that's only sad for like 4 minutes, if that.
That makes sense. Makes sense indeed. In more movie news, Paddington 3 is officially in development. Good on them.
Good to hear.
And to me, I feel like this, like the reaction I have to Paddington 3 being in development is the reaction you have to Pixar. I'm like $20 on happy, right? Like,
yeah, right. Paddington. Not that I was going to say Paddington is a face I can trust. Not that I don't trust Pixar. I trust that lamp fine.
It's just
Pixar will make me art that I will either want to watch only twice or 20 times. Paddington, I thoroughly believe that is going to be the salve that the world needs.
It'll be delightful.
I'm sorry that the world needs a salve, but Paddington here to help.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be good. I'm excited for that one. There you go. Yeah, this has been big week for movie news, video game news, all of that stuff. Been good. I've enjoyed all of the news.
It's nice to have news. Don't remember those weeks when we didn't have news.
I mean, that's the thing. Like as much as we talk about pop culture stuff on here, I also want to sprinkle in just like random stories and stuff like that. Of just like, oh, there was this one time at camp. Actually, speaking of camp, I do have a camp story. And
boy,
stuff like that. Do you watch Bob's Burgers?
I have seen a large portion of it, but it's never been a show I've consistently sat down and watched. I don't think I've seen one entire season beginning to end.
Okay, that's fair. I'm watching through it with my girlfriend because it's one of her favorites. And we got to one. I think we're on season 8 or something now. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But there's an episode in there where they play this game called Gaga. And yeah, it's a strange name. And they are in this like octagonal pen. It's like short wooden walls. And in the show, they only come up to like their waist. But then you take like a volleyball or something, and you have to like hit the ball against the wall, and you get out if the ball hits you waist or below. And you cannot touch the ball again until it's touched someone else or the wall. So you have to like bounce it off the wall or stuff like that. But you can't pick it up. You have to like hit the ball and stuff like that. we were just casually watching that, and then they start playing Gaga, and they have this whole like school craze of like, this hot new game, Gaga. And I was like, holy shit. I've played that game. I know what Gaga is. I have legitimately played it, and I fucking love it. It is great. So at my old church's camp, or at one of them, the same one we did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing that I told you about a long time ago. Apparently it used to be like an old like Jewish summer camp or something like that, which from what I understand, Gaga is a Jewish game. I'm not sure exactly how true that is. But yeah, like that is the game. It's basically dodgeball, but played inside this octagon. And you can't like pick up the ball or throw it. You have to hit the ball against the wall or something like that. And we played it. The walls were maybe up to my chest, so they were much taller. You could like jump off of the walls. It was big enough to hold maybe like 25 or 30 people in them. And kids would eventually start like wrapping their fists and their knuckles up in bandanas and stuff, because they would hit with a fist and it would scrape against the ground and stuff like that. Or we would buy like special we'd buy special gloves and stuff that had like hard knuckles and stuff like that you can get at like a sporting goods store for like motorcycle riding and stuff like that. And it just like it blew my mind, because I knew about the game from camp. Never heard a word of it before or after. I just like that was a thing that was at that one camp. And then here it is in Bob's Burgers. It was wild. I was just like, no way. This thing is real?
it's traveled like folklore, like Jingle Bells Batman smells.
Right, yeah.
Or Heads Up 7-Up.
Right, yeah. Yeah. So that was fascinating. I'm just like, no way. Blew my mind indeed. I
had a truly boggling experience today.
Okay.
I'm listening to Spotify, one of those random daily mixes they give you where they pick like the 3 artists you like and branch out and out and out to where, you'll find a song where like, I don't remotely understand the connectivity that gets us back to the band that I do like, but okay, I'll give it a shot. Sure. And it played this song that I've only heard once in my life, and I have not heard since then. I've only heard it play in the movie theater radio station of the St. Clair Cinema in spring 2007 when I was waiting to see Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie film for theaters.
What the fuck? Why is that so specific?
I don't... The song is called Sweep the Leg. The band is called Jeepers. I took a screenshot of it. And it's a song about the Karate Kid. The band is named No More Kings.
No More Kings.
Sinister.
That's what.
Yeah, so it's a song about the Karate Kid.
Sam says she was also there. So you're jogging her memory.
We went for Sam's birthday.
Sam's birthday.
Sam remembered.
Great.
Yeah, for her birthday, we made her stepdad drive us to go see Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie film for theaters.
Great.
A movie nobody saw in theaters. Maybe it was only
I didn't see it in theaters, but I have seen that movie.
Yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of movie theater radio. Whatever that in-theater music channel was that they'd play. Do you remember?
Okay, that's what you mean.
Before they had little videos playing.
When you say movie theater radio, in my mind, I don't know what that means exactly. So I was picturing like an actual local radio station that was like hosted by the movie theater. Like the whole thing was just like, doesn't this one remind you of James Bond? Boom, next song. Or, but I didn't know what you meant by that. But I guess now just like the songs they have on, the like ambient music they have on in the background.
No, but it had an announcer too. There'd be like a smooth voice guy who would
welcome back to like
introduce
Radio.
the songs.
My name is Kyle Springer. You've been
No, that's too like NPR. This is more like, I don't know. It's smoother. It's it's less smooth than that. It's in between those two things. And it was I say radio. I'm sure you could not tune into this. I don't know if they streamed it from somewhere. It existed purely in movie theaters because before there were little videos playing on the screen while you're waiting for your movie to start. They'd show commercials and things like that.
Like Maria Menounos.
It would just be exactly before the days of Maria Menounos and commercials for Tracy's Karate. It was just still images. Like it was a lot of like those trivia cards where it would just be a multiple choice thing. And then like it's just like a slideshow. And then the next slide is what the answer is. You would look at that and you would listen to medium smooth guy say like, and coming up next, we have the Bare Naked Ladies song, Christmas is Going to the Dogs from the new film, Ron Howard's Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Enjoy your time here at AMC West Olive. Don't forget to buy some Skittles.
That's the name of this episode, Medium Smooth Guy. I love it. This is great.
I can hear his voice so clearly in my head, but I can't replicate it. Later, I am going to look up movie theater radio to find if anybody has a recording of this or the story about it, because this entity just died. So, since they were able to start putting full-length videos up there, and I honestly miss it. No offense to Maria Menounos and all the car commercials and Tracy's Karate. There was a period in time when I don't think I might have only seen this at the Regal movie theater at the Mills Mall, but like in the slide of like videos, and there were still a couple still images mixed in there that preceded the movie, there was like a PSA from the FAA saying, hey, don't point a laser pointer at a plane.
I've heard
You're
that
going to blind the pilot.
Before.
Don't do that. Like, it's a good idea. Certainly do not do that. But the fact that they're like, we need to tell kids in movie theaters about this. Because I don't remember seeing that PSA in another place. It wasn't on a billboard. It wasn't on the side of the other side of the map in the mall. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like in a magazine or on TV. Purely before movies, you're going to go see the X-Files movie from 2007, the one with Billy Connolly in it. And it's like, kids, don't point laser pointers at a plane.
Yeah, that's funny that they would even have to
remember
mention that.
In this avenue specifically and in no other avenues. Do you remember the first time you saw a laser pointer?
Has to be in elementary school sometime.
My dad just brought one home one day when I was 8, and he didn't explain to us what it was. We didn't know what it was. We just see like a light on the wall, and we turn around and be like, Dad, what was that? And he's like putting something in his pocket, and he's like, I don't know, kids. And then like he did that to us for an entire day.
Right. Just like, I don't know, kids.
He just snuck the light around for a whole day, and at the end of the day, he's like, okay, kids, look at this cool thing. It's this little late. It looked like the X-Men, the Men in Black neuralizer.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just this little baton. And it had all these caps you could screw onto it to where you could make the light like different shapes and patterns. He took us outside and he pointed it at a house like 4 blocks away and we could see it on the side of the house.
Wow.
It was magic. It was the first time in my life when I encountered like real magic and like compared it to Men in Black. I did that at the time. That was my favorite movie at 8 years old.
Sure.
I'm like, this is Men in Black technology. My dad's one of them.
Good stuff. Man, I had something that I was going to ask you based off of that, but I completely forget because you also made me think of like strange advertisements and stuff, like some of the stuff you would see in movie theaters. And there's something I want to, there's something and someone that I want to introduce you to.
Oh.
Yeah, this is, let's see here. I'm going to start, if I do a virtual cam and then go into Melissa, I'm going to change my camera in Skype so that you will see the stream. Basically.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where is audio and video? Audio. No. Video. We want. There's this OBS virtual cam. Bam. Okay. Now you should see us there,
yes.
right? Okay. So I want to show you Count Dante, the deadliest man alive. Melissa, this was a project that I made in college. It was a booklet that I made. I don't remember exactly what the prompt was exactly. I think it might have just been like, hey, find an interesting person and like do a project on them or something.
Yeah.
And I ended up finding this guy because I was going through, you know what? It may have been for like a project on advertisements or something. I don't know. But so I was looking through old comic book advertisements because I tried to do a lot of my school projects about comics in some way so that I could get away with writing comics as research.
Yeah.
Right. And so I wanted to do one on like really, really old comic book advertisements. And there was one that
like the sea monkeys and the X-ray glasses.
Yes, exactly. And there's one that I always remembered from when I was a kid about this guy, Count Dante, and how you could sign up for his dojo and you could learn Dim Mak, which means the death touch. And it seems completely
classic.
ridiculous.
Gotta have a death touch.
It seems completely
teach the teens the death touch.
It seems completely ridiculous. And so this was kind of the picture that you saw of him in there, and I digitized it and stuff like that. I think these are some of the giraffes that I made on this thing, because this is obviously a terrible cover. I don't remember exactly how it all fit together and stuff like that, but I promise you it looked amazing. It was sweet.
Okay.
So I found some like news articles on him and some pictures and stuff. So I made this whole like booklet on him. So here he is in his dojo and stuff like that. I won't read the full article, but let's see if I can zoom in on these bullet points here, because this guy was wild.
I'm seeing kept a pet lion at his dojo, at his place of work.
Yes. So let's see, can I make this a little bigger?
Also, sold used cars.
Yes,
so happy.
He was
that's part of the package.
A renowned martial artist in the US during the 60s. He's said to have competed in multiple death matches in the Far East and won, because of course, if you compete in a death match, you are alive or you are not. He founded the Black Dragon Fighting Society and developed a street-effective fighting style that he called Dim Mak, which means the death touch.
Street effective against a street.
Against an entire street, yeah. He owned one of the few dojos at the time who accepted minority students. He kept a pet lion at his dojo. He served as a Marine and soldier in the Army. He fought in both Vietnam and Korea. He claims to have killed about 50 people, almost half during his time in the armed forces, the other half in fights in the streets, death matches, etc. His social circles included known mafia members, playboy bunnies, and martial artists. He sold used cars.
I hope they all hung out together.
Right? He challenged Muhammad Ali to a fight. He claimed to have trained Che Guevara and Fidel Castro.
Was not aware they knew martial arts.
Well, apparently he trained them, or he claims he did. In 1970, he led a number of students into a rival dojo, resulting in the death of his best friend. He helped mastermind the 1974 Chicago Perliter Vault robbery and passed the lie detector test when he was arrested and questioned. He died 1 year later in his sleep at the age of 36 due to a bleeding ulcer.
So he led a number of students into a rival dojo. Is his best friend one of his students? How did his best friend die? What did they do when so they go there and they just have a death match, I guess? Just death matches were happening all over the place. Like there was no other form of match. It was death only. You couldn't just fight for like $50.
I have no idea. Let's see. It says anything here. The future is looking good. Full content of the blah, blah, blah. After the death of Jim Konsevic in 1970. Okay, that's that. So maybe it was before then? I don't know. Here, let's see if it's up here. I guess that's more about the robbery. I don't know.
Where's the heist movie featuring this man?
I know, right? So this was let's see, blah blah blah. So the article that I'm looking at, I don't remember where it came from exactly, but it's by a guy named Floyd Webb, and it's entitled
Flyod Webb, as you have written here.
Oh, well, and it's entitled "Who Did Crime Pay?" And it's all about this 1974 Perliter Vault robbery in Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, it was like one of the largest heists in the United States at the times, if not like the largest. $1.2 million was never recovered, is what this thing says. Let's see. Almost exactly 32 years ago, on October 20th, 1974, firefighters answered an alarm triggered by a fire in the vault at the Perliter Armored Car Company. An audit showed 4.3 million of the vault's 25 million was missing. Then let's see. The perps captured and connected to the heist were Chicago outfit members Pascal Charles Marzano, William Marzano, Peter Yoshi, crooked commodities broker Luigi Di Fonzo, James Manitis, I believe, and Ralph Moreira. I don't know. But yeah, he was somehow involved. Let's see if we can find out what his involvement was. Blah, 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 blah.
So this man would advertise in the back of comic books for you to go to his dojo with the lion and learn the death touch.
Right? Yeah.
And all these comic books were like, cool. Death touch, go for it. Yeah, back of Superman. Superman who
right? Because I mean,
a man attempting to be peaceful. Learn a death touch.
They probably didn't really vet this guy. It was just like, we're selling ad space. Whoever wants to sell ad space,
this guy's got lion money.
Yeah, this guy just like completely was like, hey, I'm gonna take out advertisements because that'll get new kids in the dojo and stuff like that, and then he can train them to defend themselves and stuff like that. So
where is this film?
That's what I don't know. I think they were at one point working on a film. I kind of vaguely remember that from when I was looking at all of that stuff. But yeah, just like this was an advertisement that I remember from when I was like looking at my dad's old comics and stuff like that, right? Where it was just like, here's this weird thing for the Black Dragon Society dojo. And I just like was amazed at like the gold mine I found of just like, this guy is fascinating.
That is exciting. It's good to like Google something you're curious about and then find that fivefold it is more fascinating than you could have predicted.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there you go. I had to tell you about that because I was just like, oh man, like that reminded me of all those like strange advertisements you'd see in a movie theater that were like some local businesses you've never even seen before, and it was just like, do they even exist? Like, is this just like a fake?
Tracy's Karate is real.
See, I'm not familiar with that one because that must have been a local one.
It's a local one. I don't imagine there's a Tracy's Karate everywhere. I think there's multiple Tracy's who may all know karate.
Yeah.
But like, I don't expect that you have it. It's not a chain. It might be two places.
Crazy stuff. Sam put this in the chat a while back and I skipped over it. But yes, there was also a bunch of Pokemon news today. They announced a couple remakes. I forget which ones off the top of my head it was. I think it was Pearl. Like, I think it was Diamond and Pearl they announced. Like, remakes of that. And then they announced an open world Pokemon game, an open world RPG, and I am stoked. They didn't show much. We don't know exactly how it'll play like, but that just like, this is the Pokemon game that I wanted since I was a kid. Like what I imagine those games to be when I was playing them on my Game Boy. Like, I always wanted like a full-on open world RPG. I could go anywhere. There, all the Pokemon are just walking around and there, and you can go up to them and capture them or fight them or all sorts of stuff. And we've never truly gotten that until maybe now.
What I would love to do is just go into a mall in Saffron City and just be there. I don't even want to go on Pokemon adventures. I just want to go to like the everyday mundane things that the Pokemon citizens do.
See, I feel like, Melissa, if you were a character in the Pokemon universe, I think it would be a like Nurse Joy situation where it doesn't matter what mall you go to. Melissa is always the like information lady there that has like we have a directory. You can go to this shop. You can go to this shop, and you work at like all of the stores and stuff like that there.
I want to be in every department store.
Right?
Behind every corner, there's me. Do you want to try on a blouse, ma'am?
What? How did you get? What? Yeah, that's who I imagine you would be.
I love that. World. Thank you. Do you have an image for yourself?
I feel like if in like your standard Pokemon game, it would be because you like when you go up to battle someone, it will often say their name, but will have some kind of descriptor before their name.
Love short pants. Yeah.
Well, like a descriptor like Fisherman John wants to challenge you,
yes.
Right? So I think mine
short pants Joey
would have to be Cyberpunk Kyle. Right? Just like Cyberpunk Kyle challenges you to a battle.
You've got every version of a Porygon.
Though I am a fire starter for life. I always pick fire.
Wicked fire starter.
Fire starter for life.
Do you have, I imagine that you still don't have a car, but you have a Pokemon that can serve as a car. Like you just get on the back of your Arcanine and he takes you to the store.
Yeah. That would be me. Yeah, or something like that. I'm not sure. Sam says,
"What is your Pokemon
Z with
roster?
Try attack."
What is your Pokemon roster? If you had to pick 6, do we have time to pick 6?
Sure. Yeah, got time.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm just gonna Google Pokemon. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Just give me them.
Let me see. I need to
give them to me.
Write these down. I know I want a Charmander so I can get him up to a Charizard. Let's see, where do I want to put? Here we go. Boom, boom. Let's see. I want Charmander. I want what, man? I don't even know. Let's see. Gen 1 Pokemon. Sam says, I don't know what trainer type I'd be, but I have a bunch of bats. Crobat, Swoobat, Novern, Funala, if that's allowed. Gale score. Would that just be a bat trainer?
Bats are good for Sam.
That would be like dark type, I would imagine, and then you'd get the like. There's the rock bat, and there's the fire bat, right? You know.
Yeah. Rock bat. Do I still have to pick a starter like regular?
I don't know.
I'll pick a starter. Right. No, I mean, I'm the one who made this up. I can tell myself if I have to have a Bulbasaur or not.
Yeah. I think
God, this is hard to do with no preparation. I can only name like 3 Pokemon I really want off the top of my head.
They're Poison, Psychic, Dragon,
like my favorite
Ghost, and Ground, respectively. So, yeah, they're a bit of a mixed bag for the bats. Mixed bats.
It's like I think about Pokemon characters that I love in the show, and like I don't know if I want them. Like I don't think I want my own Psyduck. I just love Misty's Psyduck.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a Meowth that's better than the Team Rocket Meowth. So I have my own.
That one.
Okay, Gen 2.
Where's all like we want.
I gotta get to the weird ones that are like ice cream and stuff. This is a thrilling podcast.
Rubbish.
Like the video features is both of us staring at our screens, scrolling down Bulbapedia.
We're trying to figure out our Pokemon. That's not bad content. That's good content. The people want to know, Melissa. Okay, so right now I have 4 of them. I have a Charmander because eventually I would want to get him up to Charizard. I have an Arcanine. I have a Zapdos and a Gengar.
Ooh, it's an interesting combo.
Mm-hmm. I think I want a good water type. I don't.
I ain't even thinking about types. I'm just thinking about like ones that are cute. Ones
That's
I'd like to have live with me as a roommate.
Snorlax would be a good one. It's like, you stay here on the couch and we can cuddle whenever I need to. And he's just gonna be like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see. I'm not super.
Let me start at the
with
most recent and go backwards.
the other Pokemon from like newer gens, because I've played a couple of the games, but not much. Played Sword and Shield recently, but I couldn't even tell you a name of one of those.
I want a sword and I want a shield. Those are types. Those are guys you can have. All right. I found a site with bigger sprites for me to look at. This will be more efficient.
I need 2 more. Sam, what do you think would be a good fit for me? I need 2 more. I'm thinking maybe a dark type or like a water type. I don't know. I always kind of liked Alakazam.
Ooh, Alakazam's a cool dude.
He is. Magnezone and Porygon Z that I mentioned earlier. Yeah. Some like magnetic electric type would be interesting. I know, I think I might just have to go with the Pikachu.
Can't go wrong with a
Classic.
Pikachu.
So my 6 would be Charmander, Arcanine, Zapdos, Gengar, Alakazam, and Pikachu. And I wouldn't evolve the Pikachu. Raichu is always good.
Yeah, Raichu. I don't think I've met anyone who really likes Raichu.
Surge, or that's his name, right? He's the third.
Yeah. Well, I've
back
met
in
the
the day.
man.
Haven't met the man myself, but
Haven't had the pleasure. I don't have them all yet. I might. Like, I'll give you what I have, and then I'll think
Come on,
about
Melissa,
it.
You gotta
And then
catch them all.
And I don't have to. My apartment's not that big. Where am I going to put them all?
In Pokeballs.
No, I don't want to do that. I want them to live and be free.
I don't know.
Do you want what I have? I can't just keep staring at this while we kill time. I'll come back in several weeks with a finalized, more thoughtful list of Pokemon that would be cool.
Melissa's definitive list of Pokemon that would be cool to live with.
Like, I'll ask my roommate, which one does she want? My starter's a Bulbasaur. Big fan of Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur's good.
I want a Clefairy. I've always identified with a Clefairy. I got a
That seems very
Clefairy
fitting.
here on my desk.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's a little
This was
tiny one.
It was a mover piece in Pokemon Monopoly.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I want I want an original version 1 Porygon because it's the most vaporwave Pokemon you can get, I think.
Pretty vaporwave.
And I love Deerling.
Deerling, okay.
Maybe I could just it changes with the seasons. It always looks different. It's got cute flowers on its antlers.
I remember that
I want them.
For that one.
I know. I'm going to have to give some serious thought to fill out the other two.
Sam wants to know if you've seen Detective Pikachu.
I have seen Detective Pikachu.
I think we covered it on the Reactor Core, actually. I think. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, we did. Yes. I also want a butterfly one, but there's several, and I don't know which butterfly one yet.
Bye-bye, Butterfree.
I have to research.
I remember that one. Right. Melissa, next thing that I want to bring to your attention is this weird article from Popular Mechanics that I found this week here. The USPS mail trucks are apparently getting a new design in the future. And this is the design that won. Oh, whoops, here, I have the wrong thing. I need to go back to this thing and do this thing, that thing. There you go. This is the design that won. I don't know how I feel about this. And I feel like it looks like something. I just can't put my finger on what it looks like. Like it looks almost like a cartoon character.
Absolutely.
Right? Where like the windshield is the eyeball and here's the big old snout, right?
Yeah. If it's animal, human, we don't know. It looks very normal for like the back 80% of it.
Yeah.
But once you hit the windshield and like the front hood of the car, it's like squished. I don't know where they put the engine. Maybe we're making engines smaller these days, but it's like the hood is like several feet below where you think it's supposed to be. It's a squished little thing. It's like it's pursing its lips, so he's got a little duck bill instead of a mouth.
Yeah. They're kind of strange. This is the strange thing. Like think about like 20 years from now, and we're watching some movie, right? That's set in the year, let's say, for example, 2024 or something. I'm not sure when these are supposed to be. They are expected to be delivering mail by 2023. So yeah, 2024.
Wow. I'll schedule mail for that year.
But like this is the design that we would see in that movie, like 20 years from now, when there's like a period piece set in 2024. It's like, oh, that was 15 years ago, and they're going to look like that, and I don't know how I feel about it.
You're right. It looks very cartoony. This looks like this was plucked out of, like, this is from Luca. You know, right? If there was for like some reason a United States postal truck in this small Italian seaside town.
I don't get it. And on top of that, the company that is designing it, the contract, or I guess for building them, I'm not sure, is named Oshkosh Defense. And I want to know how they went from Oshkosh Bagosh to Oshkosh Defense. That's what I want to know. It's like
what does this word mean?
We're expanding our business from children's clothing to defense contracts with the U.S. government, right? Like, how does that even happen? It's not the same, but still, in my mind, that's what's happening.
I'm happy that Oshkosh Bagosh is a fairly minor brand, because if it was any more prominent, my brain would just be breaking on a much more frequent level than it already is. Every time I come across that name,
that's what's happening.
My brain has to spend
in my mind
7 entire minutes breaking out what Oshkosh bagosh can possibly mean to anybody and where it came from. And if we say it enough times, we're summoning something. Sincerely, what does it mean? Is it from a culture? Is it a series of, is this like a Scrabble hand that was left over? I do not know. I want to know. I felt haunted my whole life. And it's like a brand that would go quiet for several years. And I'd be like, did I make that up? Is that a word I imagined in a dream?
Let's see. The genuine article. Oshkosh Bagosh was founded in 1895 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as a manufacturer of hickory striped denim and bib overalls for railroad workers and farmers. It was the brilliant idea of designing a pint-sized version for the children of these customers that gave Oshkosh Bagosh its true meaning and purpose. But what does... Oh, wait. Does it say? No. I was going to say, where did they get the name Bagosh?
It's like B apostrophe gosh.
Yeah. Like, bagosh, that's so cute. Look at the little one running around in them overalls. Oshkosh.
I suppose,
bagosh.
yes. I'm happy. I'm happy to know Oshkosh is the name of a town. Oshkosh, Wisconsin sounds like a cute place to be. I hope it is.
Weird. Let's see. The world's best overalls embody the hopes, dreams, and pride of every parent for their kids. More than just a clothing company, Oshkosh Bagosh is an emotional connection between generations.
Wow. When I was young, I had a pair of overalls with a pocket on the front that was so big, I could fit an entire Blockbuster VHS tape case in it, which might be the most 90s sentence anyone has ever said.
Yeah. So according to Stack Exchange, which, you know, who knows how reliable that can be, I think bagosh is an abbreviated form of saying by gosh, or a balderization of by God.
Oshkosh, by God.
Bodlerization? Is that the right word? Bodlerization. Without the context, It's difficult to say what was intended by the reference. The character might have been invoking the Midwestern wholesomeness or blue-collar patriotism, or might have been mocking something or someone as corny, or might simply have been making a reference to the company or to Wisconsin. Well, gosh, we've solved the mystery.
But did any of them have a lion?
No, and they didn't steal like $4.3 million.
Stuff it in your... Put it down the legs of your overalls. Just overalls full of cash.
Bagosh, they'll never find it in here.
Overall heist coming to theaters 1994. You got to get back there to see it. We're not bringing it to now. We're sending it back there.
In a world without overalls, one man from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. But yeah, I have no idea what this truck is supposed to be. That's just, it's baffling.
I'd have to see it in person, or like
I don't know
physically
if I would
built and
want to.
not just like as a piece. Would you feel scared?
Maybe. Like, ew, what is that thing?
Where's the rest of you?
Yeah. Where did you go? They squished you?
all squished. Who's going around squishing cars?
Yeah. There you go. Melissa, that's all I got this week. That's what my week has been. Wondering who's squishing cars. Spider-Man titles, the new trailer for Luca. So I think it's been a good week.
Yeah.
I think so, indeed. Well, in that case, let's get on to housekeeping for real this time. If you guys did not know, we have multiple podcasts here at the Whatnauts.
You did this one. You did that part.
I've said the line. I'm saying it again. But by gosh, I'm saying it again. If you did not know, we have multiple podcasts here at the Whatnauts. You guys can find out more information on our website, thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. Just type in the Whatnauts and all of our shows will pop up right there. If you like what we do, patreon.com/thewhatnauts is where you can support us for as little as $1 a month. My God, I'm still thinking about Bagash. Good stuff. We have a $3 tier on our Patreon with all kinds of exclusive content for all of our shows. I think we might be switching it up a bit in the future and just doing like one Patreon show. And it is not specifically attached to any one particular show. And that way, I think we can have something out a little bit more consistently. And sometimes we might talk about video game stuff. Sometimes I might be like, Melissa, let's go watch this specific thing of Seinfeld. And then we watch that one and then we come back and talk about it.
Thing of Seinfeld.
Right? Yeah, who knows?
One unit of Seinfeld, please.
But it will be exclusive. That is what we do know. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier, which is Sam. Sam, thank you so much for supporting us. We love you a lot. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Indeed.
Thank you for being the only Patreon supporter who went with me to the movie theater to see Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters. It's only ever going to be you, babe.
Good stuff. If you like us here on Twitch, you guys can follow us and subscribe here on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/thewhatnauts. We stream each Wednesday night, usually around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we are playing some video games that night, and then we are here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern doing the Captain's Logs. You should come check us out and say hi and be a part of the conversation. I know Sam would enjoy that very much, who's always with us here in the chat. So it'll be good. Good stuff with that. If you have Amazon Prime / Twitch Prime, you have a free Twitch Prime subscription to give out, or yes, if you link your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, you have a free Prime subscription to give out. We would love that to be us because it does not cost you a thing, but it gives us free money. So that would help us out a ton, and then we can make bigger and better shows for you down the road. Last but not least, I put up 2 brand new designs on our merch store. If you did not know, we have merch, so go check out the whatnauts.com/store, and you guys can check out all of the shirts and new stuff that we have there. The first one that I put up was an Oh Ding Dang shirt. Let's see if I can show you guys
official
here. Yeah.
Melissa merchandise.
Official Melissa merchandise. This is Melissa's favorite curse word. You guys can go get that on our store. We also have a Pride shirt. So you guys can get a Pride shirt if you would like. And then there's all sorts of stuff you can put that design on, like a mug or a phone case or something like that. So you guys can go check out all of that stuff. That's the whatnauts.com/store. There you go. Let's see. Sam says, at general audience, Melissa is tragically but these are terms of endearment.
Yes. She's referred to me as tragically heterosexual before.
I can't use the oh ding ding emote, but yeah. So on that note, Sam, I'm having an issue with Twitch. They're kind of pissing me off, and I'm about to put them on blast on Twitter as much as I can, because they have been ignoring my emails. We started a thread for a support thing, and they responded once, didn't answer my question, and then have just been ignoring me for 2 weeks. And I've been like, hello? Anyone there? Like, this is terrible service. Like, all that stuff. So
Kyle,
I'm hoping to figure out something with them.
Kyle, today I finally got a response back to a business email I sent over 3 months ago. And I sent like 6 reminders. And this is a person within my company who is obligated to respond to me.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Business. That's showbiz, as they say, I think. But with that, Melissa, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And you can listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kids shows you feel like only you remember.
Yeah, there you go. If you guys want to stay up to date with me, you guys can find me at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter. Stay up to date with our podcasts at the Whatnauts on Twitter. Go like, share, subscribe. You guys know the deal with all of that stuff. Please go rate and review us on wherever you get your podcast. That would help us out a ton. Please go do that. We need some more ratings and reviews, especially if you have kind words to say. That would be lovely, because that helps get our show out in front of more people. And again, maybe that means more patron supporters, more Twitch subscribers, which means more money for us, which means bigger and better content for you down the road.
Yeah.
So help us out. That'd be great. With that, let's get out of here. This has been number 132 of the Captain's Log. We will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.